What's going on, everybody? I am Journey, and I'm here for an impressions video on Visions of Mana. I played a little bit of it, and here are my thoughts, plus some additional tips. So let's get started. And part of those complications was the way how you switch your characters. So initially, it's set up as up and down, and when you're in the field of battle and you're running around, like it feels unnatural because ultimately, as you're moving, you're going to be moving left to right, more so in a circular motion as opposed to just up and down. So as you're moving, you want to switch your characters in a way you're flowing with the battle, right? So in order to change this, you want to go into your settings, and then you're going to scroll over to your controller icon that's up here and it says customize. So you go down, and then you see this thing that says switch character up and switch character down. You're going to change it, and you'll move it to allocate to where your D-pad is at. So I'm going to set mine up to left, down to right. And while you're here, also change your item ring and put that on the down position. It's going to move your move ring up. So up will be accessing your magic, down will be accessing your items, left and right will be how you change your characters. And in doing so, it's going to feel a lot better as you're moving. So right, left, to access your items will be down, and to access your magics will be up. And the battle's going to feel a world of difference. Always remember that you do have access to change things on your camera. So it might feel like if you're running around, things look a little bit too fast for you. If you're going through that kind of situation, you might want to go over to your settings and go over to your camera. You go down, you see this thing called camera speed. You change it down to 1. You come back out, and then you'll see it's a lot better. So it's very smooth. If it's a little bit too slow for you, you can go back in and change it, put it probably to 2 or maybe 3. But I do like this because it does help you with the immersion of the game. It does help a lot. Now, let me head into combat. There's a difference between your item wheel and shortcuts. Your shortcuts is just an icon, but your item wheel is going to tell you everything about the item, what it does, and you can switch characters and use it. And also, it stops time. But if you switch to your shortcut, let me turn my camera off for this display, all it shows you is just icon. So you should know what they do. And yeah, it could be faster, but at the same time, if you don't know what it does, you'll just be using things. And there's no purpose of this. So get comfortable first with your item wheel and know what items are, then set it to your shortcuts. Then it can make more sense to you. Okay. And also, while you're in the item wheel, time stops. You can switch your characters this way, or at least switch their actions or inputs. You can change the tactics of your AI control companions by going to your main menu and going over to your strategy setting. Over here, I can choose this character to be specific for healing. So I could go to tactics, balance attack, and go on to protection is paramount, which focuses mainly on assisting allies. And then she has the ability to attack enemies when not healing, right? So then target, I can target either nearby enemies, range enemies, same enemies, other enemies, or lower HP enemies. It's entirely up to you how you want to set it up. Moves and magic, I can go wild, essentially using MP at will, or I can be stingy and conserve my MP. Moves and magic will allow you to dictate which ones you want to use. So for instance, she can also use Thunderbolt. Or if I just want her to only focus on healing, I will disable Thunderbolt and she focuses only on healing. Get into a habit of setting your characters how you choose to want them to be. It's entirely up to you. Play around and experiment. Make sure you get into a habit of when you're viewing the map, zoom in. Because it's really hard to see some of these icons. And I'm not going to lie to you, the side missions is encased into a red bubble with a white exclamation mark in the middle. And that ends up being pretty transparent. So you can miss stuff. And there's not a legend. There's some things that's on the side, like above me, you can see. Let me put my camera off so you can see. Like they'll show you some stuff, but they're not going to show you everything. So just get into a habit of learning stuff and zooming in so that way you can see maybe points of interest. There's no cruiser, you can't mark anything on a map. So just do that because you can miss something. Last piece of advice I could give is more so with the camera. My thing would be camera distance. You have multiple options, but I'll keep mine at zoomed out. It really does help a lot. But I will also turn off auto camera adjust. Technically, the description says configure the camera to automatically return to its original position. Unfortunately, I can stay in the place for a while, but my camera looking all kinds of weird and it don't do nothing. If something don't do nothing, turn it off. So that's what I normally do. And then you can exit out with my camera zoomed out and you can see we're here and you get a lot more real estate. I do like the game and I cannot wait for its eventual release. There seems to be some funky stuff going on with the camera though. It does tend to zoom in unexpectedly. So just please be aware of that. I do feel like it's going to be a good time. So please go check it out, play the demo, and let me know what you think. Until then, make sure you guys take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I hope to catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.